Duchess, man, I've been waiting for this one. She's one of my favorites. Outfit's cool, character's cool, dodges are cool, the freaking ultimate's cool. So I really like Duchess. I haven't played her at all until Deep in Night came out. Then I started picking her up. But just go real quick to the proof, just for proof. Wins, losses, and again, 100 of those losses, DCs, quit outs, making stuff for videos. But right here, I got a lot of games on Duchess. I think she's my second most played, which is kind of crazy, 239. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I guess also I'll show you the depth ranking. Oh, looks like I lost one today. I think that was balancers in depth 5. That is rough. Anyway, to go over just real quick boss weaknesses in case nobody's seen this before. So, because I make specific builds, so it's worth covering. Okay. All right. You see that holy up +4 on the Nightlord? They are 35% weak to like, and if it's the Nightlord's 35% weak to holy, right? That +4 holy up attack power. Not only is it 12% on the relic, but against the Nightlord, it's effective 16.2%. And that gets multiplied over a match by 3 to 5 times. 3 on a bad run, 5 on a god run. You're most likely going to get 3 to 4. So it's really worth specking into this damage on your deep relics, especially going up against specific Nightlords. So that's why I make builds. I made a video before. You can check that out if you're interested. Something too I do as well is I run a lot of these dormant discovers builds, and I'll show you why. Sparring ground. So like all the dormant discover builds, like it's really nice to get the weapon you're looking for, and you want to go for something that has like a small weapon pool. Like you don't really want to do dormant discovers greatswords because there's 6 greatswords and they're all super different, you know. But like maybe you could do colossal swords if you wanted the god slayers, or the antspur if you wanted thrusting swords, you know. So dormant discovers are really good. The ones I do, I typically go for 1 to 3. You can go 4. Like, I would love to do a freaking Wing of Estelle build, but there's 4 of them, and this is like, this one's good, the other 2 are not good. So it's like, do I want to risk it for that? But Wing of Estelle is such a good weapon, man. So I might have to do a build for that. But yeah, you just want to keep it to 1 to 3. And it's really good for you know, trying to get the weapon you want for the weapon against the Nightlord. That's how I like to play. Highly recommend it. Did a little video on it, but
So for the character skill relics, improve character skill attack power. It's fine, it's good. It's another 10% damage on your restage. It doesn't work with the reprisal. I wouldn't, if it's on something great, I wouldn't prioritize it. Defeating enemies while the art is active. It's cool. You can make some cool builds with that. With defeating enemies fills more of the art gauge, but again, wouldn't prioritize if it's on something nice. The dagger reprisal one, that one's awesome on the dagger build. That's a must-have, and it's really cool in a lot of situations. Big damage throughout the fight, restaging like constantly. It's super nice. Um, Become difficult after crits. Who cares, really? Improve vigor and strength. That makes her the everything character. You can use basically every single weapon. It gives her good strength. She has good dex, mind, and faith. So really good for a lot of builds. The improved mind and faith. It's all right. It's good on some weapons. She's not the best spellcaster. You know, Revenant and Untaker kind of outclass her there. So not my favorite, but the use character skill for invulnerability, really nice. I don't run it because I don't want to get used to doing that and get muscle memory and get hit all the time. So if you use it, cool, but kind of not for me. So
I'm just gonna get into it. I'm just gonna get into it. That's what we're here for. The relics against all these bad guys. So go down in order. Start with the dog, and if you've seen anything else I've put out there, this should be no surprise to you at all. But the Halo Scythe. For the Halo Scythe, you're going to want both skill attack powers. I run Night Invaders. This is pretty cool. So I have not only like Holy Attack up on my improved vigor and strength, but also I have Affinity Attack up on my Mind and Faith. And if you have something like that, it's actually more damage than just running. I mean, the Mind doesn't hurt at all, and you got the Mind and Faith. So these are kind of like God rolls in my opinion. But you're going to want Dorm Discovers Reapers. And other than that, these should just be Holy up. Just Holy up and keep that skill attack power off. I'm going to go to the sparring ground to show the damage. The Halo Sight is pretty much the best weapon in the game, and for all I use it like all the time on dog. It's so good. That 710 a hit is crazy. Multiply that by 3 to 5 times. That's what you're hitting on dog. I routinely hit about 2.6 to like 3,000, but sometimes more on the dog. It's crazy. Duchess, my opinion, might be the best character for fighting Everdark Dog, because when you spawn in, like the 3 dogs are already split up and they're all going to aggro you. Just run in there, pop your ult, and you can phase him. Your whole team's invisible, and you just spam him and phase him down. Where every single time when I have the Halo sight on Duchess and we run in there, we will get him to the second phase before this ultimate runs out every time. It's crazy. I love Duchess on this fight. Obviously, the backflips and the insane dodges and stuff are great. I guess I have to be locked on. Yeah. Outspacing. But Halo Scythe, it keeps you at good range. It's insane tracking on the dog. It does insane damage. The recovery's not too bad. And, you're getting that holy debuff that causes like a bleed proc on them. So really, really good. I highly recommend everyone does the Halo Scythe. But the cool thing about Duchess is she's got the innate dagger, So you can just get Blade of Death or the Blade of Calling, and that's insane damage. The reason I don't choose the Black Blade or the Blade of Calling for this fight is because the animation's quite a bit longer, and the range is also less. But obviously, like, if I find this, I pick it up. I mean, it is good. It is really good against the dog, just spamming weapon arts. And you're going to want actually the same relics. You just want Holy Attack with the skill power for the dagger build. I don't have a specific one for it because I always go for the Halo Scythe, and if I find a dagger, then great, who cares, it works. The other one that works that I don't like doing, because I don't like getting too close to the dog when it's Everdark, is Shattering Crystal. You want Dormant Discover Staves and just go full Crystallion. As much Crystallion and magic attack as you possibly can. I'm not a fan of running it on dog, but might as well show another option. People do this, so I'll just show you some sparring ground damage. But like I said, it gets you way too close to the dog, and I'm just not a fan of that. Like I like staying at range. I don't even take damage negation at full on this fight. Like because I'm gonna get one hit. I'm Duchess, so I go for full damage on that and just try and dodge the best I can. But like I said, probably my favorite character on the dog, especially for that ult. So for Jaw, Gaping Jaw, I'm actually on it. The Crystal build. This thing wrecks him. This build absolutely wrecks him. Jaw is the opposite of Dog. I like getting up there. I like getting up there underneath the body and boom. That does like 4,500 damage if you've had a good run. It's pretty crazy. And then restage, boom. That's another 50%, 60% if you have the character skill relic. I don't always run that. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I guess the other thing you could use is just like pure magic, and I do have a pure magic build, but I like speccing into stuff, so it's fine. Like it's fine doing a pure magic build, but I really prefer like finding something specific, and the damage output is crazy, but pure magic works just fine. I just go for magic attack up. I have this god roll. I thought this was purchased from the shop until my friend told me that he didn't have it. Like, look at that. That's crazy. But yeah, you just want magic up. You definitely want Sorcerer's Rise for this. Night Invader's good, and Dormant Discover Staves. So I have some pretty good rolls. Like you'll see physical affinity, damage negation, magic up, defeating enemies. So this is a really good build. I really like going magic on her too, but like I said, just shattering is so good. I just stick with it. A cool build I have for this boss that I got to try out that works really, really good is the Death Ritual Spear. So you're going to want skill attack power, like I run Night Invaders. Magic up. That's all you want. And Dormant discovers... oh my god. I must have changed it around because I put the new relics on and I didn't use it since then. But you're gonna want Dormant discovers spears here. For sure. That's a necessity. Dormant discovers spears. Where we go. Well, I'm gonna have to change this one. I'm gonna write that down. But I'll go to the sparring ground and just show you why I like it. So the weapon art on the Death Ritual Spear, it's like a massive AoE, and there's a cap to it, but the cap is like really, really high. So I'm not too familiar with spears. The only bad thing, obviously, the Clean Rod and the Inquisitors, they're not good on this fight. So I've tried the Clean Rod out. I wanted to make that work. It just doesn't. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's I think I test it usually here for all the points to hit. Yeah, so it's a little harder to test, but that does really good damage, especially on Jaw because he's massive and stuff. So I just really like it because, like I said, I like using unique stuff, and this is actually a very good weapon. So would recommend it. It smokes a lot of stuff. Um, do what else do I do? You could do go Halo Scythe, but I like specking in and stuff. So that's pretty much it. For pest. And there's nothing specific that Duchess can do that's really good against Jaw. No cool tech or whatever. Just her normal base loadout's pretty good though. So pest, rivers, absolutely always. Skill attack power. If you can, you can't get the successive on there. You can only with her relics. You can only get the skill attack. So I run Night Invaders, but you're gonna want partial HP. Dorm discovers katanas, and you just want to go fire up. I have this really good one, fire and arcane for each rune. It's good, but she doesn't have like high arcane, but the great thing about her is obviously her kit with that restage. And this thing just shreds pest. It's so crazy. Like that's not the biggest damage numbers, but the bleed on that is crazy. When you're fighting pests too, the moth and the scorpion, they're both different entities, so this will double hit. Like the arc is big enough, it'll double hit. You saw it over there. That's just the arc, not the physical weapon, but it'll get the moth when he's riding it. Um, obviously, Everdark. It'll be able to hit the moth on reentry, and I love running Duchess against the Everdark because when Animus is coming into the Moth or the Scorpion, and when they're down, you have that big damage window. You just spam restage. I mean, the damage is crazy because that's the window. That's where you want the attacks. But you can also use Rivers the whole fight too because the bleed, like the Scorpion and the Moth, they take like 90% reduced damage when Animus is inside them. But bleed procs completely ignore that. So you're gonna get full bleed damage and then just restage it. I mean, it's really fun. You can get them down really, really quickly. Like we've smoked Animus with Rivers of Blood before he left the first body. It's absolutely nuts. I would really just recommend going Rivers and specking the fire, and if you get a good fire weapon, just use that. Or bleed. I mean, Reduvi is great, and you have the skill attack power, Sword Knight and Flame, like Blasphemous Blade. Like they'll all do really good. The Magma Blade is good. Eleanor's is great. Rivers is the best by far, so I don't run it. Another really good option, that I don't like running on Duchess specifically, but I guess I'll throw it out there. Like I deleted my build for it. The Magma Ray. Like this thing's great. There's only 2 purples for it. But when you restage, it like locks you out of the weapon art. So I just don't like using it on Duchess, but it's good. Shattering works too. Shattering works. I like going into the affinity. So. Forgot to mention, her ultimate can actually cancel lasers on Animus on the Everdark. If you use the ultimate when the Animus is coming out of the Scorpion or the Moth and nobody hits her, it won't do lasers. It'll just cancel that whole attack. Really nice. Augur, actually, Duchess is probably one of the 2 characters I pick for Augur. Um, and I would recommend just going Magic. And because of that, so magic, if you get Shattering Crystal, it'll actually do fine, even though Augur's resistant. But the cool thing is that the Storm Ruler weapon art is magic based, so it'll actually scale off that magic damage. Now, her starting dagger is what the Storm Ruler is going to initially scale off with for attack power, so it's going to be low. But all that attack power, all that magic attack power and stuff, that'll be pretty good. You might want to throw on the skill relics just in case for that, but I think that's a good option. Like I said, she's not my favorite. I do have a favorite for Augur, and he's great. When we get there, I'll show you. But this would be the second character I would pick. Good stamina, good health, can freaking dodge the Everdark and stuff like that. So, and she can serve both purposes in base Everdark, base Augur, and the Everdark version. So I like her. I like her for it. Libra. Libra, got a couple options for Libra. Obviously the Halo Scythe. It's insane against the NPCs and the Everdark fight. It's great when he puts the barriers down and you can't hit him unless you got range. The Halo Scythe, boom, 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 right through those barriers, and it'll nail them every time. So I like that a lot. Invisibility is nice for the team, obviously during the riot and stuff. So. But she can't stun him out, She can't stun him out of the bubbles in the normal fight. So I don't think she's the best against Libra, but I think she's a very good option. You can go daggers, run the Black Knife, Blade of Calling. They'll do really good. You know, he's super weak to Holy. So, but what you can also do is go for Vice. And I don't have that build right now. Like I said, I'm just suggesting other ones because Undertaker and Wilder I think are better. But you would just want skill attack power. Dormant discovers Great Spears, the improved vigor and strength, and then you just want to go for fire up, and you need partial HP on it. She does the same damage, but I just don't like running her on Libra because you can't stun them out of that bubble with her. So, all right, Darkdrift, Darkdrift, Darkdrift. Darkdrift, I really like running the dragon scale. Successive. I run Night Invaders, and then you just want to go physical attack up, partial HP, Dormant discovers katanas, and I got attack up when facing frostbite, so that's pretty cool. Dragon scale, obviously, it's an all physical weapon, so you benefit from the physical attack on your relics, and then the weapon art makes it lightning, so it can stun Darkdrift. She's got the dex, you know, she's fast, and I like being up front against Darkdrift. I like being in his face. You can do really good damage once you get the success of going. Like I say, you know, 3 to 5x that during the fight. So, proc Frost, restage the Frost. I really like Duchess on Darkdrift. The Everdark can kind of be a little iffy, the timing. So, her like double dodge, right? If you delay it, there's like actually a non-iframe window. Like there's a window you can get hit if you delay it, if you don't spam it. And when he's doing that double like twin blade and jump in the air attack and slam down, you can kind of get clipped unless you time it right. So you got to deal with the first dodge, the 10 iframe dodge, the guardian dodge. So just be cognizant of that. But you know, he's not too hard, and Duchess is really good. So you can also run the the fist build, with you know stamina attacks, successive, vigor and strength. I have a god roll there. Dormant discovers fist, partial HP, and physical up. And this will do good too. Like Duchess, like I keep saying, Duchess can do absolutely every build. So you know you get some star fists or whatever, and you're basically just Wilder at this point. Get successive going, and she'll do some big damage. You know, like, that's a lot. And then, boom, you bleed, restage. So, really like the fists. You can do the axes, but I don't know. It feels more like, more like Wilder should do it. I kind of like playing how the character is as well, you know, like something that, like how I would think the character would play. And you just really want the same thing. I just swapped out the axes for fists. You just want the vigor and strength and the partial HP, physical attack. And axes are good. I always talk about axes. Axes are really good. Um, the Ice-Rhine Hatchet obviously has frost and the quick moveset. The Stormhawk Axe has lightning. So you got the best of both worlds there. Good weapon pool. Attacks really fast. Does good damage. Procs frost. And then, you know, you get lightning going on this guy. And you'll be able to stun Darkdrift out. And that's good damage. Very good damage. Good weapon pool. Good damage. Really like axes. For Caligo. Caligo is always the candle stand. Always. I have kind of a really cool build. I have the Vigor and Strength, Fire Up, Mind and Faith, Dormant discovers Great Hammers, and Fire +2. I got that today, so I'm real pumped about that. It's really good damage. And you want the skill attack power. You don't need partial HP, you don't need stamina attacks. I run Night Invaders. Also, I got the Faith Relic. So if I find Frenzy Flame, I can just nuke Caligo with that. So I really like this build. Candle Stand is great against Caligo. I mean, I made another video where I show me just like destroying Caligo in like 10 seconds. It's nuts, but just show you the damage here. And let's see, what is it, like 1500? I mean, that's good. That's good damage. You're doing like 4500 to 7000 a weapon art on Caligo. Every time you go like this, 4500 or 7000. It's crazy. Duchess is, it's hard, dude. I'm torn between this and Undertaker because Undertaker will be doing 1850 on that, and Duchess will be doing 1500. But Duchess has the restage, man. And with Caligo, it's all about freaking damage windows, not like constant damage and stuff. So, you know, when everybody's going in there, you know, and she flies down, boom, restage, all that damage. Like, it's so nice. Also, for the Everdark, your ult can cancel the frost. If you go invisible, when she so she puts on the ice armor, right? She puts on the ice armor, and then she'll fly, go to the other side, and then she'll shoot an ice spear, blow it up. Everyone will get frost procced. If you cast invisibility after she jumps, and the whole team's invisible, she won't do the ice spear on the ground, and you guys can just ignore it. Pretty cool. Um, the dodging is super nice on the ice breath, man. I really like. I'm so torn. I'm so torn. I don't know who to pick whenever the character screen loads in. Undertaker or Duchess. It's hard. Um, you could go Magma Whip too. You know, like Rivers isn't that good. She's slash resistant and pretty resistant to bleed. So I don't know. I'd say just go Candle Sand, man. You could go Fate. You could go Incants and stuff, but it's just less damage. Just go for the Candle Sand, in my opinion. For Holster, Holster's Holster's probably my favorite fight on Duchess. I love doing the daggers. So yeah, I absolutely love doing daggers on Holster. Super fun. The cool thing with the dagger chain. Let me see here. So for daggers, I have Night Invader, the reprisal, starting inflicts blood loss. That's super nice. I really like the reprisal, successive, partial HP, and stamina on attacks. And then, you know, dagger attack power is fine, physical attack power is fine, holy attack power is fine. It's all going to benefit. I think you want like a little bit of variability because there are 6 daggers. If you get the Scorpion Stinger, use it. If you get the Cincadea, use it. You know, if Chinkadea, I don't know how it's called, but you know, anything will work. But you really just want like the Blade of Colin or something, and show this damage here. I mean, that's pretty good on a reprisal, but the cool thing about daggers is, boom, you dodge, it'll keep the chain. If as long as you just one dodge. So you see that? I got a reprisal while dodging the whole time. And Holster, man, you're just zigzagging all over the place and stuff. So really fun, really fun. Plus, you can just play at range if you get this. You just play at range and smoke them. I really like daggers. The other option, and I should have mentioned this for Darkdrift as well, but going Slicer, man. It is Slicer's time to shine. Slicer is so good. So I have like god rolls again, like magic up, carrying sword sorcery. You just want dormant discover stabs, and just carrying sword sorcery. Honestly, you don't need anything else. You don't need partial HP. You don't need stamina attacks, but it does super good damage. It's super quick. Um, and it fits. It kind of like goes along the lines as why I like the daggers. It's, you know, you can get in, get out, you can cast and dodge. Like, I don't have spellcasting +1 on here, but that's all you need for it. You don't need the +2. And I mean, dude, just using that on Darkdrift or Holster, super cool. And those are the 2 fights where I think Slicer gets to shine. So you saw the damage there, like 431. Not bad, not bad at all. I was doing in game. I've done like 1,000 or 1,100 before a swing, so it's kind of nuts. The other build, I mean, I don't want to say it, but obviously, you can go the Halo Scythe, but I don't want to use it for everything. I like changing my builds around. For the balancers, I landed on I tried out a lot of different stuff, but I landed on Moonveil. Skill attack power, Night Invader, magic up, Dorm discovers katanas, and partial HP. If you don't have the affinity, like the specific affinity, you can just go affinity attack power. It's fine. It's a little less damage, but it's fine. But the reason I like running Moonveil is because obviously it scales with her int and dex. But it's also like it'll hit multiple enemies, and you know there's multiple balancers. You know, it does good damage. And then you can do the R1. That's really, really quick. Like, they're up in your face. It'll stun them. So, really liking Moonveil. It's cool that Moonveil gets the chance to shine. And she's got big damage, and you just restage, and you just keep knocking them out. Obviously, the stamina during that fight is great for dodging the worm and getting out of there. You know, the ultimate's great for the team, and you guys can just pile on the balancers. So, really liking that fight, that weapon on that fight. Absolutely. The other one you can do, is go Shattering. Shattering hits multiple balancers at once. It does massive damage. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, that one. Does massive damage, hits multiple balancers, and the whole thing's a DPS check. So I think Shattering's good too. But it's cool. It's cool to use Moonveil. Um, for the Dreglord, I like going Eleonora's. He's weak to fire. He can bleed. Um, you want partial HP. You want successive stamina on attacks. Dormant discovers twin blades and fire up. I mean, these are some pretty good rolls. Looking at him right now, it's kind of crazy. Um, but yeah, Eleonora's is awesome. I love the twin blades. They're super good. They proc successive. They proc damage on charge, and damage negation at full isn't really a thing during that fight. You know, you're gonna rely on other things where just don't get hit. I got smoked by him today, so was not fun in depth 5, but I show some damage there. And then successive. Yeah, it's good damage. And then a bleed proc, 3 stage. Really liking that weapon against the Dreglord. And it's a reliable get. There's only 2 purples there, so super nice. You can always do the Halo Sight too, but I like running this. I do have like an everything build. So this one is if I don't know who the boss is. I actually go Duchess every time for that because she can use everything. So you have the improved vigor and strength. And I just have some other nice stuff. Partial HP, physical attack, affinity attack, max FP, successive, and the skill. Because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know weapons you're going to pick up. You don't know what who you're fighting and stuff. So she's a really good everything character. I think, like I said, this is the one I go to. I always go to this build whenever I don't know who the boss is. Some other builds you can do. Like, I don't know if I deleted them or not, but like the Gargoyle's Blackblade for some bosses like Dreglord and stuff. It's just, you know, it doesn't really fit like her character. You know, I have some god rolls again. Like, it's crazy. Look at these things. Stamina on attack, successive, partial HP, vigor and strength. I don't think it fits her, so I don't really like using it. You can do the incants, but I did testing, and it's about 30% less damage than Revenant, even if you have the Mind of Faith. So, you know, it's something to consider. Like, you do have the restage, and, you know, you can use more stuff and everything, but just not my thing. If you wanted to do that, you would just pretty much copy, like, this Undertaker build I have. You would want the Mind of Faith for Duchess. Dormant discovers Sacred Seals, and then whatever spell slot school you're going into, or affinity, you go fire up or lightning or whatever. But yeah, just I wouldn't recommend it. Like if you're gonna do casting and stuff, just go Undertaker. She's better suited for it. Um, just general good weapons on her without the character skill relic. You know, you're mainly I'm sorry, without the strength relic, you're mainly stuck with all the dex weapons, so you don't want to use like great swords or colossals or anything like that. Like the thrusting swords are good. Some of the heavy thrusting swords are okay. Katanas are good. Twin blades are good. The flails are like weirdly more dex scaling. I saw people talking about this. I just don't really like it. The Astral War takes a long time. It does hit well, but not my favorite. Spears are good on her. And scythes, whips are good. They're dex scaling. And then claws. But claws, my claw build, that's for Iron Eye, man. That's just like it fits his character. It's super cool. Like I love the Raptor Talons, but you know that's for Iron Eye. So that's pretty much it. Hope it helps. See ya.